What's going on, everybody? So I had a company reach out to me. The company name is Magcubic, and they asked if I would like to review one of their projectors. And I haven't reviewed much on this channel yet, but I thought, you know what? I'll go check out their website, see what they have, check out the few options that they sent for review, and see if I want to take them up on their offer. I checked them out, and I found one in a very good price point. I believe that there are very good use cases for projectors in this price point. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and send it. I'll take the risk, and I'll check this out and give a good, honest review on the performance of this projector and the use cases I think that it should be used for. I will say this is a sponsored video. Magcubic did send this out for me to review. They don't have any say on the topics I'm covering, on my opinions, or anything about the video. They didn't even have a say on when I'm going to release this or if I'm going to release this. So I would release it even if it was a bad review. Again, I would never let a company dictate what I'm going to say about a product ever. I have integrity. Nobody can take that away from me. They're not paying me for any of this. It's just this projector that I get to keep. And even if somebody were to pay me, I don't need the money. There's no reason to damage my image or integrity over any of this stuff. I'm doing this stuff completely for fun because I love AV and I love good cost-effective products that are actually worth the money that people can buy, right? So I'm going to go out here and say this as my first review. I will probably never review something over $5,000 to $7,000 because it's at that point, I don't think it's something in AV is cost effective for my viewers, and I want to stay in that range of affordability for people. Now, the projector, again, it's from Magcubic. The name of it is HY350NTV. Sorry, I wasn't going to remember that. I actually have the box right here. I'll do a quick little visual of what it looks like, and then it came in this little box. So obviously it's a portable projector. What they're promoting with this projector is that it's portable. You can take it anywhere, throw it up, have fun, has your smart features. It's not trying to replace your dedicated home theater projector. That's not what these price ranges are for. But as I got into this, I found some very good use cases for this, and I was actually very impressed. So I will run through a few specs about this projector. Now, on the right side of it, it has a speaker as well as air intakes. On the back of it, there's a fan, and there's an HDMI port, USB port, and a 3.5 millimeter jack port, as well as the power button. The front obviously has the lens, and it is on an adjustable stand that you can tilt up and down. So that's pretty much the physical part of it. As far as operating system, it's using an Android operating system called Whale. And as you'll see a little bit later, there are a bunch of apps and options with this operating system that actually surprised me. Now, this is a 1080p projector, of course. That's what you would expect in this price range. So I'm gonna take you guys to my actual live testing when I tested this on a plain white wall and in my light controlled dedicated home theater. I'll see you guys in a second. So there is some ambient light coming in. This is just a plain white wall. The reason why I'm testing on this first is because I believe this would be the initial use, in my opinion, of throwing it up somewhere quickly, remote, maybe camping, something like that. So I would like to see how this would do in that setting, just on a plain wall. I could definitely, even with the ambient light, make out the image and watch something. So let me play something real quick. All right, let's look at this GTA 5 clip.
I already made GTA 5 way too realistic with a bunch of amazing mods, but that was not enough. So let's set the bar.
I'm not gonna lie, that speaker sounds actually good. That actually kind of surprised me. In a quick setting where you're gonna throw this up, you could definitely use those speakers to watch something. I have the setting on 80, so I do have it pretty loud, but it's actually pretty clear. It doesn't sound super cheap and muffled. So this bottom left is just this high chair. I'm gonna go ahead and move this so you don't think there's something wrong with the image, and you can kind of get the full square or the full image.
Everything around. You can ask about anything, like how their day is going so far.
Just, trying to survive in this concrete jungle. Might grab some food later if I don't get distracted.
Or propose a ride, and they can either accept and go with you or deny.
Fine, I don't even know you, but fine, whatever. This city's full of them.
I mean, this is cool. So again, I mean, there's still daylight outside. I'm right next to a window. And this looks better in person than what you see on screen. All right, let's get into some actual content where you can see some people. It's a game. And then I'm gonna try to fix the position of the image because it's kind of lopsided and the keystone needs to be corrected. So this has auto keystone and autofocus. So the autofocus is not perfect, at least on this wall in this current setting. But I will say my $3,000 Valerion Vision Master Pro 2 is also not perfect with autofocus or keystone. So I wouldn't expect this device to be perfect either. The remote actually has a focus button. So increase focus, decrease focus. So I just tapped increase focus twice and it corrected the focus. So that's actually pretty useful that you don't have to go to the settings menu and you can actually just tap this button really quickly to move it in focus as quick as possible. Like when I say the speaker sounds good, I'm not even exaggerating. Like it's not like a Bose portable speaker or anything, but when you're buying something at this price point, you're kind of, for me at least, I'm expecting some muffled sound. It's actually very clear. Like I can hear the dialogue very clearly. Because with the little speaker, everything is coming out of there. So you have the low end coming out, you have the bass, sub, mids, highs, the vocals. If there's music playing, everything's coming out. So it kind of, think of everything as like trying to fit through a small tunnel. You're going to get some things bumping around each other and have some muffled noise. And surprisingly, this doesn't. So with the cheaper speaker and everything's coming out of there, it should be a bottleneck.
With A-Cup, we are underway here at Thomas and Mack.
I can, look at this. This looks way better in person. I could watch this game. The scoreboard is so clear. This isn't gonna translate as good as I see it on video, but this is so clear. Now, this isn't even a projector screen, right? It's a wall, but I do see what I would consider like a screen door effect, which is kind of weird. As everything is moving, I don't notice it, but if I'm staring on the court, just in a blank space, I can kind of notice it. But if I'm looking at the players move around, I don't notice it. So with that screen door effect, I'm assuming it's just pixels that I'm seeing. I'm really surprised. I actually can't wait till it actually gets super blackout dark so I can test this wall. And then I'm gonna go to my actual theater. It's light controlled and I'll show it what it looks like on a screen. But yeah, this is clean. Motion is smooth. Like everything looks fluid. The close-ups look good. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm actually kind of impressed. Don't think of this as like you're trying to replace your home theater. Think of it as a use case where you just need to throw something up and enjoy something, you know? Let's watch a Dune trailer. All right, but let's try and fix this keystone because it's a little off. Let's go to the settings. Here, let's go through these a little bit. I already have this set up to my network. It has Bluetooth. You can go to the picture, standard color temperature. Okay, it's a warm setting and a cool setting. Oh, it's a little bit brighter. Eye protection mode. Okay, so this is I have a desk job and I work at a computer. This is actually how I have my monitors, and this is very easy on the eyes. That's interesting. I mean, just even having these options in this price point shows that they're actually trying to care about the device they're making. They don't have to have all of these options. I haven't seen these before in other more cost-effective projectors that I've used. Sound mode. Okay. See, like just different sound modes. Like they don't have to do this. I click the app button. I'm touching these buttons to see if there's like a quick menu. I don't think there is. All right, let's go. There's about software updates, system settings, language. You can set a certain screensaver, when to start, sleep timer, just so you don't accidentally leave it on. You can reset, restart, receiver, HDMI CC, so you could actually use a different remote with this and control it. Nice. Because it does have, as you've seen a little bit earlier, it does have a couple ports on the back, HDMI, USB, I believe a 3.5mm jack. Voice service. Whale, I believe, is the operating system name. Okay. It's file sharing options, TV casting. All right, let's go back to the projector settings. Let's see. Okay, so I'm at 90% like this. We can get it up to 100 and it covers this wall. Actually, almost perfectly. All right, let's go back to this. Cool. So easy to zoom. So Keystone correction, this is what I want to mess with. If I turn it off, okay, if I turn it off, I can set it myself. So let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring this part in first. All right, Keystone's still kind of off. There we go. Come back down. So the bottom needs to come out, and it's not letting me. There we go. I mean, I have to do this with my projector in my home theater, to be honest. The auto keystone correction for some reason does not work. I think I got it to work once on my 16:9 screen. It obviously won't work on my CinemaScope screen, but so I often have to do this. And I think making this screen size a little smaller, HV06. Oh, this is something my projector doesn't have. It shows you the settings. So you can match the numbers to make sure it shows you the height and vertical settings. The horizontal and vertical settings. So if I have it horizontal 13, okay, that's also horizontal 13. Vertical 27, to vertical 30. Okay, I mean, that's not, if that's the intended use of these numbers, it's not correct. So let's see if this is actually, the projector is lopsided. Let's make sure this isn't lopsided. So if I pop it up a little bit, that would kind of make sense. Now they're kind of more on an even plane, the top two corners. Well, I'll drop it down. Let me make sure there's nothing on the bottom. All right, let's try this again. Again, I have to do this on my home theater projector. So, like, I didn't expect this to be perfect. All right, all numbers are matching and it's still kind of incorrect. So let's go back to auto keystone. Let's reset keystone correction data. It's a possibility that this wall is curved and it's throwing what I'm seeing off, but this is probably about the best we're gonna get it. I'm gonna try this again downstairs. But as you can see, it's gotten a lot darker. There's not much ambient light coming through, so let's go. Let's keep this the way it is, and let's go back to some content. All right, so in the App Store, there's a bunch of apps, a lot of things you could use. I don't normally like using the operating systems like within a TV or anything, just because when you're logged into a lot of things and it's holding it in memory, you're kind of using resources that you could save if you were just to use a Fire Stick or Apple TV or something connected to it. So like I said, this has an HDMI cable, so you can connect a Roku or Fire Stick to it and use the resources on that instead of using the projector's memory and things like that. But I mean, if you wanted to though, and you didn't have that, Netflix, Tubi, HBO Max, Peacock, Paramount, ESPN, DAZN for boxing, Spotify. Jeez, it has a lot. Educational for kids. This looks good. This looks really good. This speaker can get loud. I'm gonna go to menu and try and change the color temperature. Okay, let's go to warm. Oh, that actually doesn't look bad. That looks good. Because on the warm setting, it kind of prevents things from being blown out. And to me, it increases the contrast. So these black tires look a lot darker. That's not bad. This looks good, and it's easy on the eyes. Man, I could watch sports on this. I could watch sports on this for real. I think that's a better use case than a movie, unless you really don't care about the quality. All right, this is a darker trailer, so let's see what we got working. That's not what I'm saying. But there's no auto keystone correction. And again, that other projector was $200. All right, I'm gonna take this downstairs and let's try this in the light controlled room on a projector screen and see how it does. Let's see if we can get it to autofocus better and see if we can get it to auto keystone better. All right, we are in the light controlled theater. Let's see how big we can get this. Digital zoom. All right, so this is the size we can get it, and we're about, I would like to say 7 feet away from the screen, 6 to 7 feet. All right, now let's see if we can fix this keystone, right? I turned auto keystone off. Make sure this stand I have it on is pretty good. Okay, that's a little better. This looks about right. Yeah, this is even on both sides. I don't see blur on either side. Now let's look at some content again. That looks good down here.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. I have puppies. Well, put the puppies down.
That looks really good down here.
Only pay for what you need.
10 times, obviously you would assume so, but 10 times better in a light controlled room. And I still have it on that contrast mode, or that warm mode that I feel increases the contrast. The blacks are way blacker down here. Like his hair.
Where taste recognizes taste.
Whose kid is this? It's happening to me. Did you miss Miss Spidey?
Let's change the setting, because with it light control down here, it might be too black, and it's gonna start to turn blue. Let's go back to normal. Got a lot brighter.
I'm losing my mind. I am totally out of control.
This
I gotta
looks
fix
good.
whatever this is right now.
Colors look good. They look accurate. Last picture setting. Cool. Down here, cool looks pretty good. I can see more of the image. I can see more stuff in the image. The warm color, there were areas of the image that are too dark that you can't make out what it is. Upstairs look good though. Obviously, the weakest point of this is going to be dark scenes and super bright scenes. So it's going to be overblown and it's not going to be dark enough. And that's what happens with a lot of projectors, even going up in price points. That's really where the issues lie. When you're talking about projectors that are $4,000 or $5,000, they still have dark black issues, which is why people will opt for JVCs. Man, I think this really shines with sports. This looks good. This does best with sports. If there's a fight on, an MMA fight, boxing match, or a game on, and I'm somewhere and I have this and want to throw it up real quick, easy. More than good enough. That's enough testing this. I'm surprised there's a lot of apps on here, to be honest. This is a lot for being in this price point. So yeah, you could have all types of fun with this. Think about going camping and throwing this up on a screen, or if you're somewhere with a white wall. I mean, you have kids' TV shows, you have games, you have all your apps that you're gonna need, and you can really enjoy the night. The difference that this has with other lifestyle projectors that are considered like mobile or portable, like for example, my Valerion Vision Master Pro 2 is considered portable, but and it's not too big and it's not too heavy, but it is thicker, and it's, to me, it's more delicate because the front looks like glass and the back looks like glass. Now it does have this kind of hefty suitcase that you can travel with, but it's just so big and bulky. This I can throw in a bag, feel comfortable that I'm throwing it in a bag, and go on about my day and go on about the trip. So very easier to move around, safer to move around. I feel more comfortable moving this around. I'm not gonna unscrew my Valerion from my ceiling and take it with me somewhere. I don't care to get that great of an image when I'm out having fun doing other things, when I'm just throwing this up to pass time or pass through the night for the next day. Here are my final thoughts about this projector and what I think it should be used for and who I think it's for. As you may have heard in my live testing portion of this video, I said a lot of the use cases that I think it would be for. Number one, portable projector as far as camping, going camping somewhere, throwing it up on a wall, throwing it up on a portable screen, something lightweight, portable, something comfortable, something that you would feel comfortable enough throwing into a bag and moving on about your day. It's bright enough for the nighttime. The image quality looks surprisingly good for the price point. As far as sports look really good on this. The speaker is actually useful, so it's not just a muffled noise like this and you can't make out what the dialogue people were saying. The dialogue is actually very clear. And now, for some reason, I'm very surprised about the speaker, because something at this price point, it shouldn't have a clear dialogue speaker. It should be muffled, I would assume. Another use case that I suggested would be for a children's room. So again, we don't have TVs in our children's rooms, but sometimes we do on the weekends allow them to watch a little bit of TV at night. And this would be a perfect use case just to throw up on the wall, and I can easily pack it up and put it away, so there's not a physical TV in the room. The last use case that I would use this in, and this was what I would personally use this in, and it's actually what I'm going to use this for, to be honest, for the most part, is quick sports. So I can easily bring out my other cheaper screen and throw this up and be comfortable watching a game or two of basketball, boxing, MMA on this, and quickly pack it up and move it out of the theater once company leaves. I think that's a very good use case for this. This is something cheap enough to be able to buy, trust, and have in your arsenal for different use cases where you're not trying to get the best picture quality, you're not trying to get the best sound quality, you just want the image up and to get the point across, but it actually looks usable. Like you're not hurting your eyes, straining your eyes, trying to figure out what's going on in the image. It's clear as day. So, I mean, you're talking about a projector that's usable for right now, $117 on Amazon. That is so good. I think this is so worth it. As I said in the live testing, I have a $200 projector that is not as good as this, has none of the features. It doesn't have auto keystone correction. It doesn't have autofocus, which actually got almost there. It got like 95% there for autofocus. I just had to double tap it twice. Actually, when I moved downstairs into this theater, I didn't have to adjust the autofocus. It actually worked 100% on this screen, which doesn't always happen with my Valerion Vision Master Pro 2. So those settings are usually finicky in projectors that are way above its price point. So the fact that it even hit on autofocus once is great. But again, like I said, the features offered shows you that Magic Cube is actually trying to push a great product, because I wasn't expecting all those features. For one, changing the tonality of the audio, changing the color temperature and things like that. Those aren't in the other projector that I had, and I wouldn't have expected it to be in this. Like, even if they aren't polished yet, it shows that they're trying to give a good product with that's feature loaded. Now this has 600 anti-lumens, so at night it's perfect. A little bit of light, it was actually usable. And in daylight, it does look very washed out, obviously. So this actually has different mounting options. You can mount it from the ceiling. You could use the stand, and it also goes from as little as 40 inches up to 140 inches, depending on where you move the positioning of the projector. The operating system is actually very fluid. Upstairs, I didn't notice any jitter or anything like that. Again, the operating system has a lot of apps, which is very surprising. And for the price, I don't have any major complaints. Like, I'm really trying to think of something to complain about, something that I think it can improve on. But what you're getting for the price is actually surprising. I would mostly use this with my daughter in her bedroom. I don't really camp. So my daughter in her bedroom, or if I want to throw something up for sports real quick, like, I would 100% use this, which is surprising. I was more thinking camping only, but the sports looked really good. Obviously, for audio and visual, keep your expectations around the price point. Again, it's about $116 or $17, under $120 for this thing. And it came feature packed. It actually looked good. It actually looked like a real 1080p. There's not more that I can ask other than refining the autofocus and keystone correction, which I'm surprised it even has anyway. I'm surprised they're even attempting that in this. But again, it doesn't work 100% in higher tier projectors. So it's something it seems like a lot of companies are still working on. So no, this is not going to replace your dedicated home theater. It's not meant to. Please keep the price point in mind, and keep in mind that it's a portable projector. It and you will honestly be very happy with this purchase. My final thoughts, this is an affordable projector that's feature packed, that actually looks good and is very smooth, with a good operating system that you can use anywhere. If you would like to check this out even further, or if you would like to support the channel, I do have an affiliate link. Again, you don't have to use this link. You can skip the link and go buy it on your own. But if you would like to support the channel, you can use that link, and it will help me out greatly. I do appreciate it, and I hope you like this review.